Welcome to ABC Interactive English. That is Nina.
And that is Shane. All right. So today we're doing part 2 of Bedtime Stories Aren't Just for Kids. So adults also listen to bedtime stories? I mean, I know some people listen to like ocean sounds to help them fall asleep.
That's not really a story though.
It's not,
right?
it's not. So what, you said you had a secret weapon before.
I do have a secret weapon.
What is it?
My secret weapon is audiobooks.
Oh, audiobooks, of course, because you have someone reading the story for you.
So I don't have my mommy or my daddy to read to me. But
I thought they called you every night.
But so audio just means like something you listen to.
Yes.
So it's like you listen to a book and you will have a narrator. The narrator is the person who reads the book to you, and that becomes your mommy or your daddy.
Aww.
So my secret weapon is that I listen to the Harry Potter books every night when I go to sleep. And through the whole night, I just let it play through the whole night. And I just listen to that. And that keeps my mind from wandering. I just kind of pay attention to the story. And that helps me, and I know the story so well.
Yeah.
By now, I've been probably listening to the books, the audiobooks. There's 2 different narrators too.
Yeah.
So there's 2 separate recordings of the books. So I will sometimes listen to one narrator, and then I'll maybe get a little bit bored of that narrator. They'll switch back to the other one.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for like 10 years. So
wow,
I know the stories so well that it never gets me too excited. It's just very calming for me.
Okay, so maybe I could give that a try because I have problems sleeping.
All right, well, let's see if they talk about audiobooks and some other ways to get bedtime stories if you're an adult.
Okay.
Okay.
Bedtime stories for adults are on the rise. You can choose from apps, podcasts, and audiobooks. The stories are pleasant, develop slowly, and have very little drama. Some are even read by famous people.
Okay, so we're looking at part 2. Bedtime stories aren't just for kids.
Okay, let's get into it. Bedtime stories for adults are on the rise.
Oh, now when you say something is on the rise, that means it's becoming like more popular. So continuing, you can choose from apps, podcasts, and audiobooks.
Okay, so audiobooks is what you listen to as your bedtime story.
Is what I listen to,
and
right?
there are apps and podcasts. So podcasts, what are podcasts?
So a podcast is an audio recording that can be downloaded from the internet. It's usually like a short talk or program on some particular topic. It's like they'll have a topic and they will talk about it. And there's, thousands and thousands and thousands of different podcasts you can listen to and choose from.
I used to listen to a lot of different podcasts and mostly about self-improvement and mindset, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, so for example, Lisa listens to podcasts before she goes to bed to put herself to sleep.
Okay. An audiobook we've mentioned before is a book that is read aloud and recorded. So for example, I listened to an audiobook on my way to work. So you have someone reading the book out loud. If you're lazy to actually read, that is another option.
And that's a really cool way. Listening to audiobooks is great too, because when you read a book, you have to kind of stay in one place and be careful because you can't walk around and read or you'll hurt yourself.
Drive. Yeah,
but good thing about audiobooks is you can clean, you can, listen to it while, on your way to work, while you're driving, while you're doing your chores.
Indeed.
There's all kinds of different ways that you can listen to books that have been already read aloud and recorded.
Indeed.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字跟文法重点。首先来看看单字的部分。Podcast 名词播客。Amy listens to podcasts every morning. Amy 每天早上听播客。Audiobook 名词有声书。John enjoys listening to an audiobook while driving. John 喜欢开车时听有声书。我们再来看一下文法重点。刚刚课文提到了 choose from 加名词，从什么中挑选。Choose 是动词，意思是选择、挑选。它的三态是 choose, chose, chosen。我们来看看这个例句。Liam will choose from 2 cakes for his birthday. Liam 会从2个蛋糕中挑选一个来庆祝生日。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, the stories are pleasant, develop slowly, and have very little drama. Okay, so obviously you don't want a book that's too exciting, right? There's too much action because then it's not going to help you fall asleep. So you want something slow and pleasant.
It's interesting that they mention that because there is some drama in Harry Potter books.
Yes.
And it's usually towards the end of the book, right? That's when a lot of the drama, like there'll be a big fight, or some kind of thing like that. So I usually avoid that. Maybe it'll play while I'm sleeping, but when I start listening, I always start at the beginning or towards the middle because I want it to be pleasant and slow and just listening to the characters just talking. And I don't want too much drama. I want it to be pleasant. So when you say something is pleasant, that means nice, pleasing. So for example, it was such a pleasant day that we decided to have a picnic in the park.
Okay, so these stories, usually you want them to develop slowly. To develop means to grow or make something better. So in this case, it's growing, right? The tempo of the story, it's going very slow. For example, he is working hard to develop his skills.
Okay. And we also have another word, drama. So drama is emotional excitement or fascination. So for example, you could say, it's nice to talk to friends who don't bring too much drama.
Yeah, so usually drama is not a great thing.
Yeah. Now, when we're talking about movies and things like that,
you want drama.
You do want a little bit of drama, but if you're trying to sleep, or even like hanging out with your friends,
on a day-to-day basis.
Some drama is okay, but it depends on the time.
Yes,
right?
That's true.
That's the important part.
All right.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 pleasant 形容词，令人愉快的。Sophia had a pleasant walk in the park. Sophia 在公园里愉快地散步。Develop 动词，进展、发展。The town has developed a lot in the past few years. 这个小镇在过去几年中发展了很多。Drama 名词，戏剧性事件。The game was full of drama and excitement. 那场比赛充满了戏剧性，而且令人兴奋。Excitement 指的是兴奋。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, so continuing. Some are even read by famous people.
Ooh.
So that's one cool thing about
cool.
the audiobooks is that the Harry Potter audiobook series is read by one of my favorite British actors.
Yeah.
And his name is Stephen Fry. And he is a very famous personality, especially in the UK. And I really like his voice. And he does all of the characters. So he probably has over 100 different character voices that he does in the audiobook. And I think it's just amazing because he's so talented.
Wow, that sounds super cool. So I could possibly listen to like my favorite story in my favorite actor's voice.
Right.
That does sound really cool.
That's cool.
All right. So let's learn more about it after this break.
Okay.
Studies show that listening to calming stories works. It helps active minds shut down. It also decreases stress hormones, and that helps your body prepare for sleep. For a good night's sleep, quit using your phone before bed. Instead, find a calming bedtime story and let the voice guide you to sleep. Sweet dreams.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, what we were wondering was, what do we have for adults?
Exactly.
Children have, their parents to read them bedtime stories. But what about bedtime stories for adults? So we found out that we have podcasts. We have audiobooks.
Yes.
There's even some apps that are designed, I guess, I've never seen this kind of app, but maybe they will also just read you a story.
Yeah, I think the apps are usually just apps for podcasts and audiobooks, similar things like that.
Right. Okay, great. Okay, so let's continue.
Okay. Studies show that listening to calming stories works. It helps active minds shut down.
That's right, because we learned that these stories usually don't have too much drama and they can calm you down.
I think I need that.
Yeah, so if something is calming, what does that mean?
It means making someone feel relaxed. So for example, the sound of the ocean is very calming, and that's why some people use that to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's another way. It's not really a story, but if you're trying to fall asleep, a lot of people use like nature sounds, which could be the ocean or the forest or maybe the sound of the rain dropping. I've tried those before too, but they don't work.
They don't work.
For me. For me, they don't work.
Yeah, everyone is different.
Yes.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 calming 形容词，令人平静的。The soft sound of the wind was calming. 柔和的风声让人感到平静。文法的部分刚刚提到了 shut down 停止运作，原本指的是机器或设备等的关闭停止运作。课文中用于人身上，表示身体器官好好休息。我们来看看这个例句 Brian's mind shuts down when he is too tired. 当 Brian 太累时，他的大脑会没办法运转。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, continuing. It also decreases stress hormones, and that helps your body prepare for sleep.
Oh, that's good to know. So the hormones that make you stressed, it decreases it. So it makes it less, right?
So this is science,
okay.
right?
I need myself some audiobooks.
Yeah.
For a good night's sleep, quit using your phone before bed. I should really learn to do that. It's very difficult, though.
Yeah. I think that almost everybody is in the habit of using your phone before bed. Although I have to say, I don't do that.
Oh, you don't?
No,
that's
I
very
watch
good.
television programs instead. And usually I watch them until I start to feel a little bit sleepy. And then I go into my bedroom, put in my audiobook and after 5 or 10 minutes,
perfect.
I am asleep. So we need to quit using our phone. To quit something means to stop.
Yes.
Right? To stop doing something. So for example, you can say he quit eating when he was full.
Makes sense.
So he stopped eating.
Yeah,
right?
so I can, if you're doing something annoying, I can say, quit it, Shane.
Yes, you
Yes, okay.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 quit quit 动词停止戒除，它的三态是 quit 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 James quit eating junk food for a month. James 戒掉垃圾食物1个月了。Junk food 指的就是垃圾食物。文法的部分刚刚提到了 a good night's sleep 一夜好眠，这是一个固定用法。课文后面提到的 sweet dreams 表示祝好梦，注意 dream 要用复数哦。我们来看看这2个例句。第一个 Diane felt great after a good night's sleep. Diane 经过一夜好眠后感觉很棒。下一个例句 Good night and sweet dreams. 晚安，祝好梦。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, so what do we do if we can't look at our phones before bed, right? Okay, instead, find a calming bedtime story and let the voice guide you to sleep. Sweet dreams!
Good night.
Yeah, so I think that you could try listening. Do you have trouble falling asleep?
Very much so.
Very much so. So I think maybe you could give it a try. Maybe even the Harry Potter books,
Yeah,
you can give the narrator is really good. It's very important that you get the right voice, something that's going to make you feel calm and relaxed. Yeah, and then you'll fall right asleep.
Yeah, okay. Well, we hope this helps. And if you're an adult that needs a bedtime story, you've learned some of these options.
Or even if you're a kid and your parents don't ever read you a bedtime story, you can get some
Audiobooks.
Help. Right. Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Sweet
goodbye.
dreams. Bye-bye.
Bedtime stories for adults are on the rise. You can choose from apps, podcasts, and audiobooks. The stories are pleasant, develop slowly, and have very little drama. Some are even read by famous people. Studies show that listening to calming stories works. It helps active minds shut down. It also decreases stress hormones, and that helps your body prepare for sleep. For a good night's sleep, quit using your phone before bed. Instead, find a calming bedtime story and let the voice guide you to sleep. Sweet dreams.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 podcast 名词播客 audiobook 名词有声书 pleasant 形容词令人愉快的 develop 动词进展发展 drama 名词戏剧性事件 calming 形容词令人平静的 quit 动词停止戒除。接着我们来看看文法的部分。Choose from 加名词，从什么中挑选。The boss will choose from everyone's plans. 老板会从大家提出的方案中做选择。Shut down 停止运作。Brad's feelings shut down when he is stressed. Brad 有压力时会变得情感封闭。A good night's sleep 一夜好眠。Dave is tired because he didn't get a good night's sleep. Dave 因为没睡好而感到疲倦。Sleep well and sweet dreams. 好好睡，祝好梦。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法。那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Do you like fairies? No, I'm not talking about fairies, the tiny mystical humans that have wings. I'm talking about fairies, F-E-R-R-Y. Okay, they sound the same, but they are totally different things. A ferry is a boat that transports passengers and goods. And if you want to take a ride on one, today's location would be a perfect place for you to visit, the Bali Ferry Pier. The Danshui River is between Bali and Danshui. The best way to get to Bali is to take the ferry. You can get tickets on either side or use your Easy Card. In the evening, you can watch the sunset. At night, the lights of Danshui in Bali are bright and colorful. Bali has lots of different food and is really fun. You can try all kinds of food and listen to street singers. Renting a bike is the best way to see Bali. You can ride down the bike path and all around Bali. Be sure to check out the wetlands and mangroves as well. Next time you have a day off and want to spend quality time with your family and friends, I would totally recommend taking a trip to the areas we have introduced in Danshui and Bali. With so much to do and see, you definitely won't regret it.